All right, I need to warn you about one of the most common mistakes that people make when they're first learning a piece of music. I see this mistake all of the time in many of my students, my colleagues, even myself. I find myself making this mistake sometimes, probably more than I should. So that's why I want to warn you about it, because it's such an easy trap to fall into and so easy to make this mistake. So hopefully after watching this video, when you find yourself inevitably doing this at some point in the future when you're starting to learn some music, you'll be able to catch yourself and fix it and not fall into this trap. So here's the problem. A lot of times when we're playing usually a more technical piece, and especially pieces like etudes where it's lots of continuous 16th notes or 8th notes, even in music when you have that, this comes up all the time where you're playing through the notes and you're sort of looking at this big long chain of 16th notes and you're thinking to yourself, well, I gotta figure out what notes are in this big long run or this whole page of straight 16th notes in the case of some etudes, and you just start going through it and you're like, okay, that's an A, B, okay, this next note is a C sharp. Okay, yep, got to get the sharp from the key signature. Okay, I played that one. Okay, now the next note. And you sort of keep going through note by note. And what you're doing is you're actually waiting for your brain to figure out what the note is, and then you play it once you know what it is. But this doesn't actually help you to learn to play the music really at all. That kind of thing that you're doing is sometimes an effective game when you're trying to learn notes in general, where you're looking at a note on the page and identifying it and playing it, but that's not what music is. Music isn't just playing the notes on the page. What makes music music is the first most important thing, the top of the how to play music triangle that I love to talk about, which is rhythm. You have to play with the right rhythm in order to actually be playing the music. And that's why it's such a dangerous trap to fall into, where you look at this big long chain of 16th notes and you're thinking to yourself, okay, learn the notes, and you go note, 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 but you end up not playing an even or steady rhythm at all. You end up playing whatever rhythm it takes for your brain to figure out where the next note is and what the fingering is for the next note. When you go through your music learning it this way, it doesn't end up sticking. You may be able to work through note, 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 and get through the piece and play all of the right notes in the right order, which is fine, but it won't actually make you that much better at performing the piece, because again, when you actually are playing the music, you have to be playing it with the right rhythm and steady, in control rhythm with the right rhythmic groupings and note inflections and all of that stuff that is inherent in the rhythm, but not at all inherent in the order of the notes. So the way to overcome this, no matter how early it is when you're starting to learn a piece, you have to be thinking about rhythm first and foremost. Even when it's just all straight 16th notes, normally we don't think that we have to worry about the rhythm on straight 16th notes because it's just dot, 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 just continuous and steady. But actually it is so important to think of the 16th notes, think of the note groupings, and have everything really well organized so that you can still be playing a rhythm. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a, rather than dot, 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 dot. It's doesn't seem like it's a big deal, and that's why this is such an easy trap to fall into, where you're just like, okay, I'm gonna get the notes, but it really makes a difference. And you'll probably notice this next time you play something technical or just a continuous run of 16th notes or 8th notes or even quarter notes. I want you to think about actually doing it in rhythm rather than worrying so much about the notes. Because the fact of the matter is, if you know your scales even decently well, you don't have to actually put that much effort into reading the notes. 90% of the time, as long as you aren't going too fast, just by thinking about the steady rhythm, the right notes will end up in the right spot on their own without having to put so much effort into second guessing where that next note is, which just slows you down, makes you uneven, and doesn't help it to stick in your brain. I have one more tip that I want to share with you to not fall into this trap, but first I actually want to ask for your help. So lately in the past 2 or 3 months, the QuickStart Clarinet YouTube channel has absolutely been blowing up with lots and lots of new subscribers. So first of all, if you're a new subscriber, welcome and thank you so much for being here. And I also want to let you know about this sort of subscriber drive that I'm trying to do towards the end of the month. When I reached 500 subscribers earlier, about a month or so ago, I was really excited because that was actually my year-end goal. But because I reached it a couple months before the end of 2020, I figured, why not up the goal and make it something really crazy? So I've upped the goal to 750, and actually surprisingly I've already hit 600 just a couple days ago. So I'm really excited. I think it actually might be possible to reach this really a stretch goal of 750 subscribers, but I don't think it's going to be possible without some help from all of you. So if you could share this video with a friend, and of course this video actually wasn't totally clarinet specific, so if you have any other musician friends who you think would like hearing these just general musical tips, then send them to the QuickStart Clarinet YouTube channel so that they can subscribe. If you're watching this and you aren't subscribed, it would mean the world to me if you were able to subscribe so we can hit that 750 goal by the end of the year, which would just make 2020 at least have something good in it. So thank you so much for subscribing. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. I love making this content for all of you, and I hope it's been helpful. And as always, for all of my subscribers, you're always welcome to just leave a comment down below with something that you want a video about, whether it's clarinet specific or general music, and I would be happy to make that video for you and help you out. All right, now for that bonus tip. So this is actually really, really simple, and hopefully you're already doing it, but if you do this one thing, it will make it so you never fall into the trap of just going note by note and waiting for your brain to figure out the note before you play it and playing with unsteady rhythm. And that secret is to just use a metronome. Yeah, that's right. If you play with a metronome, you're never gonna have that issue of playing without rhythm, waiting for your brain to figure out the fingering for the next note and everything being unsteady and not sticking in your brain. The magic of the metronome is that it forces you to think about the rhythm, and then the magic of thinking about the rhythm first means that those notes are going to stick in your brain better. So when you're playing one and a two-y and a, or whatever the rhythm is in that particular measure, your brain automatically knows what the notes are, and it's so much easier in real time to be thinking about the rhythm rather than thinking about the notes. Then you play them on time, then you're actually playing the music, and then you can start putting in some groupings and some musicality, and next thing you know, you're actually playing the music how it's supposed to go, rather than just playing the notes on the page in the order that they're written. So I hope that this has been helpful. Like I said earlier, if this was helpful, subscribe, share it with other people so that they can subscribe and we can hit that 750 subscriber goal by the end of the year. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in another video.